All right. So just to backtrack a little bit, my family have been impacted by many different things. And my husband, being in the agricultural industry, has had quite a few exposures to different toxins and chemicals, which impacted his health in many ways. Sleep, anxiety, brain fog, all those things are things we dealt with on a daily basis. And as a mum of 3 boys, I want to make sure that my boys stay healthy. Even though we had our health challenges, I knew that there were certain things that we had control over. We had control over our diets, we had control over, different lifestyle choices we made, but there are things that we did not have control over. And those are the things that concern me the most, because I believe they impacted us in many different ways. So if for those watching the recording, my name's Talita, and it's so lovely to meet you all. I'm coming straight over from Australia, Queensland, but I educate people on how to impact their cells and how to look into nutrigenomics as a way to address root causes of our health issues. So sometimes you may be healthy, but your longevity is really important. To stay healthy is super important. So we're not just talking about illness and disease today, because we can't address curing, treating, mitigating disease, but we can talk about things that impact our health in many different ways. So as I go through this journey today, you may know some information that I mentioned, but there may be some things that you may not have heard of before. One of the ways that you can address your health is looking at oxidative stress. So my family, as I mentioned, with all the impacts of chemicals and different things that we had going on, we knew that oxidative stress was a part of our health. It impacts each person differently, but we all suffer from it because it's high free radical damage to our cells. So if you take an apple and you cut it open and leave it on a bench, that air oxidization to the apple browns that apple. And the same happens inside our cells from all the different water, pollution, stress, different too much exercise, too little exercise. All those things impact our cells and they actually create free radicals in the body. And as the body accumulates free radicals, we know that every cell, tissue, system, and organism is impacted by it. It may be little things like fatigue or brain fog or just struggling to cope with the everyday, to more major issues like, a lot of the illness and diseases we see today, a lot of the autoimmune things, they're impacted by how much oxidative stress is actually in our body. So we know that even if we eat healthy, we're a fully organic diet, and we try and keep ourselves away from pesticides and chemicals, we cannot keep ourselves away from everything. Unfortunately, the way life is happening right now, the air we breathe is polluted. The pesticides on our foods and even the things that are cross-polluted by the air into organic pastures is crazy. And children, umbilical cords are being tested, and over 280 chemicals are tested, toxins are tested in the umbilical cord of a baby. Like, if you imagine how much that is impacting our health, how much EMF, how much damage our phones and iPads and Wi-Fi and radiation is causing our cellular structure and the whole body system, then we know we need to protect us in a much more on-purpose way than just eating healthy, right? Food is good. Food is really important. Diet is absolutely 100% necessary to be living healthy. However, there are some solutions that diet alone cannot do. And one of them is actually lowering your oxidative stress. So until I finished, there was not a solution to reduce it at a much higher, more effective way than just eating fruits and vegetables, vitamins, antioxidant potions. There are all these things that people say are really good for protecting your body against free radical damage. However, when you look at how it works, it's a 1-to-1 ratio. So 1 free radical to 1 antioxidant molecule is what your food and your potions and different supplements will give you. But when you look into your cell and how that cell structures and is working, you will find that NRF2, which is a molecule that they discovered in 1994, is in every single cell. And this little molecule is really, really important because when it turns on or when it flips the switch in the body, it goes in and turns on your body's own antioxidant system pathway. So NRF2 is something that's way more powerful, and we found a way to switch this NRF2 pathway on 100% of the time. So when you turn it on, it can create antioxidants that will eliminate free radicals 1,000,000 to 1, which is way more powerful than any supplement that you could probably imagine. And it actually produces catalase, glutathione, and SOD in the body. So what does NRF2 and the research says? Well, there's thousands of studies on NRF2, but one of those studies has said that it may well become the most extraordinary therapeutic and extraordinary preventative breakthrough in the history of medicine. Basically, it's telling you that something inside your cells is way more powerful, and it's probably the most powerful thing that you can have that's functioning properly to support your health. So that is what Protandim does. And my family looked at this. We looked at the research. At the time, I was trying to help my son with his focus and concentration. I didn't know what to do anymore. And when I learned that oxidative stress impacts that, I decided to put our family on this product because it can lower oxidative stress 100% of the time, lower it from 40% in 30 days and up to 70% in 4 months. It supports the cell repair and rejuvenation process. And there are so many studies now done on this product independently that it really validates what the first study actually said. So the 5 ingredients in Protandim are pretty natural. Well, actually, they are natural, but they're in very small amounts. So we know that some people say, well, I drink green tea. Why do I need Protandim? It's actually because this does not switch on the pathway on its own. So in the graph, you can see each of the ingredients and how much they turn the pathway on. And when you put them together, the synergistical effect and how much that turns the pathway on. So that is why Protandim is the only way that you can lower oxidative stress at the rate that we've shown you with the 40% in 30 days. It's the most powerful way to reduce it in the world still today. And this has been over 15 years that this product has been around. So what can happen in uncontrolled oxidative stress? If you go look up on PubMed.gov, which is where the National Library of Medicine is, but also all your gold standard peer-reviewed research, you can look up how oxidative stress impacts every cell, tissue, organ, system, and also issues in your body. So if you have a look at the little graph on the left-hand side, you'll see that the kidney, the joints, lung, brain, immune system. When I was first introduced to this about 4.5 years ago, I knew that I had friends who was on that scale or on that list. Over 200 diseases and illnesses are now impacted by high oxidative stress levels. So how can we control it? How can we reduce it enough to make a difference? Protandim is the answer. So Protandim has 27 published peer-reviewed research studies done independently by different heart associations, Skin Cancer Foundation, and a lot of different institutes. Now, I love the research, but I do tell people to go do it themselves. So go look up on pubmed.gov where your doctor would go for research and have a look at the studies that have been published if you love to research. If you are taking a supplement right now, there is a chance, actually there's almost 100% chance that your supplement will not have this validated research because most supplements don't. Most supplements just look at good ingredients and put them together and help the body absorb them and hope they work. But when you look at triggering the pathway, and because we aren't a supplement, we're an activator, it's very different in the way that we address this issue of this root cause issue of oxidative stress. As a company, we flip switches. We look into how can we flip NRF1, which is another switch. It's actually your mitochondria switch. So mitochondria is the engine of the cell. It helps the energy. It's 95% of your energy in your cell. And it also helps with your metabolism, your brain function, your heart function, and every other function that you have because your cells are the building blocks of your body. So with our family, we had been on NRF2 for a year before this product was introduced. We saw massive changes in our sleep, brain fog, energy levels, but it wasn't until NRF1 was introduced that my son with the seizures saw an impact on his health in that way, because we knew that his mitochondria were not functioning properly. In actual fact, if you look up mitochondrial dysfunction, you may find that it may be linked to some of the things that are going on in your health right now. And keep in mind, this isn't to treat, cure, and mitigate disease, but it's actually there to support the cell health. And when the cell health is functioning properly, we know the body can function well. So NAD is the third switch that we flip. Now, NAD basically is like the computer of your cell. It tells the cell how and where to function, and it really helps with longevity, autophagy, mental focus and concentration, boosts your mood and motivation, and it supports a healthy vascular system. So the three together, NRF1, NRF2, and NAD, they function in unison. They actually talk to each other. It's like three different gene pathways that communicate to each other. Now, I know sometimes people say, well, I would love to try all three, but I can't afford, my budget can only do one. Then I would say to start with the NRF2 and our Axio. But if you can afford all three, you will see a massive change and shift in supporting cell health for longevity, which is something that my family finds really important. Our third product is Axio. Oh, sorry. Fourth product is Axio. Axio is a brain drink. If you, the person invited you, if they have not talked about their Axio yet, then you need to ask them what they have found. We find that a new brain food or nootropic really helps people focus, learn, concentrate. It takes away that sugary energy drinks that some people drink, but it actually helps with longevity of energy and resilience to stress on the brain. So the Axio brain drink has been helped a lot with children with ADD, ADHD, and all kinds of things like that, but also someone who just works really long hours and needs help to support their health and support their brain function every day. All our products are about biohacking. So we look at how we can look after our health, and you can see that we have skincare and hair care. They actually switch on the NRF2 pathways and they flip that switch on the cells. So we also have a pet tandem because all dogs and cats and horses and cows have the same NRF2 pathway. All the products that we develop are clean, they're natural, and they're there to help flip the switches and keep our health the most important thing in our life. So Daily Wellness is a great product for immune system. So it's a daily drink with vitamin C, vitamin D, elderberry, there's a fermented yeast in there. It actually supports zinc. It supports to keep your immune system well, which is really important right now. So all the products are really good. And there's two ways that you can enjoy them. You can become a customer and just love the products, refer the products, give people a discount and get a credit on your own system. Or you can become a referring educator where we can help you share and educate with your family and friends as you love the products. And the best part about that is the company is well established. We've been around for over 12 years. We have well-known people in the board of directors like Erin Brockovich. We are debt-free. We are trading on NASDAQ publicly. So over 12 years of being around, being traded on NASDAQ means that anyone can see the company and what's going on in the company. And we have peer-reviewed research on products that actually work. The average earnings are actually displayed. So sometimes people go, well, I might be interested in looking for an extra income or just a side income, or I may look at this as a full-time income for myself. Well, in that case, then LifeVantage is the option for you because we actually pay our distributors really well. You know, people come in and say, well, $600 a month would probably pay my products, plus it may give me some extra money for fuel and bills. Or you may want to look at this as a part-time income or a full-time income. Come in where you're at, invest your hours into the business. To do a full-time business in this industry is 5 to 10 hours a week, and stay committed for 2 to 5 years. And if you ask yourself, is 2 to 5 years worthwhile your commitment of time to create an income that is residual, which means it comes in every month because people order their products monthly and they love their products. Our company have really looked into ways to support their team. And so if you look at Uber, Airbnb, and Instagram, all those apps would not be a business if they did not have an app. Well, LifeVantage is the same. We help you run a whole business on an app. You can literally be anywhere, have a conversation, share with someone a tool, and actually get them in front of a meeting all through the app. We support people to achieve their dreams, and our family is all about freedom, and our company is all about freedom. Now, we want to give people the ability or the options to actually live in a way that they can celebrate life, they can embrace life, and actually live in a way that supports their family's health and their family's freedom. So come in where you're at, be a customer and love the products, or look at the bulk packs as an option to experience the products. We have 2 packs, a Premier pack and an Elite pack. Each one has benefits. The Elite pack, of course, has better discount. You've got a chance to get some extra customers being an Elite using the app, and also free training. But the Premier pack is a great start for someone who wants to trial the products. Their budget does not allow a full pack, but you also will earn full commission. They have the support and the community. And the best part for me when I decided to join this business was actually the fact that I only had to have my own personal order of 1 bottle a month to be paid commission for the rest of my life. And so I knew that this is a product that we wanted to use long term. And I got to experience all the products in the pack, which helped me really embrace who this company was, and also help other families do the same thing. So that is the short presentation that we have. And I really thank you all for jumping on. I know that's a lot of information thrown at you. I'm going to stop the recording, but I wanted to say before I finish the recording, please reach out to the person who shared this with you, so that they can answer your questions, and they would love some feedback, because I know sometimes when someone listens to this on their own, you may have some questions that may come unanswered.